What's going on, everyone? It's Average THC Guy, and today we're going to be telling the story of the time that I almost got in a wreck with weed in my car. Uh, First off, apologies for the lack of uploads. Hold on, I'm kind of disorganized today. I know the one thing about up and coming YouTube channels is to be consistent, but I've just been working on stuff for other channels, and haven't gotten around to it. But I do have the place all Christmas out today. And I have one more day left of my probation. So in the meantime, I have just been kind of being on a. I got my first real Nick buzz the other day, and just kind of been on a kick with that. Not too much, of course. I'll probably quit when I can smoke again. But in the meantime, pack a bowl and get into the story. Uh, this story starts on November 2nd, 2023. It I had gotten up. And this was when I was still taking online classes for the University of Louisville, but I was living at home. And Marshall asked me to come pick him up on campus so we could go to my house and smoke. And so I drive into town and I come pick him up. That's good. Yeah. And so anyway, and then we're driving back and we're on the connector, and I will admit we're on my town's connector. I will admit that I was driving a little too close to the person in front of me, and in front of them, they were driving a little too close to the person in front of them. There was a pickup truck in front of me, and in front of them was a purple car. So then the purple car just stalls out in a cloud of black smoke, just stops in the dead middle of the road. And I see the car in front of me try to swerve to get out of the way. So I swerve in the same direction to get out of the way to see if I can miss them. And then I end up ramming the right bumper of my car into the back left part of the truck. Now, where does the weed come in? Well, we still had some of the half ounce from Halloween, and I kind of wanted to uh, bring it with me in case we wanted to smoke in the car. But I decided against it because it's just kind of a useless risk. And so, but then, uh, for some reason, once we got into that wreck, there was like a traffic coordinator passing by, and because I was scared the cops or the cars were going to hit us as we were stuck in the road. But then he put out road flares and different lights and was able to move or direct traffic out of the way, and just enough so that we could pull our cars over to the shoulder on the right side because we were currently in the median. And so once we did that, we uh we went back or after we got to the shoulder, I see behind me a city police cruiser pull up, and I know that shit has gotten real at this point. And so we start talking to the cop, and I tell him the story. And all the while, the purple car just disappeared. I think he just ran. And so then me and Marshall got back in the car. Thank God the people in the truck corroborated the story. And I decided to call my dad to tell him what had happened. And then we're talking on the phone with him, and he's saying, is everything all right? Can you send a picture of the car? That sort of thing. It is hard to do ghost hits in a ski mask, I will tell you that much. But anyway, so then as I'm on the phone with my dad, for some reason, with the cops everywhere, with my dad on speakerphone. I for some reason get the bright idea to say out loud, "Thank God we didn't have any of our shit on us." And then Marshall was just flabbergasted that I would say something like that. And then Dad goes into, I'm glad you didn't have anything on you or you weren't impaired because in that case you'd be in jail, which we would have been. And then we decide to get my brother Mark he was living at the house for the time being, to come pick us up. And then the cops decided after the tow truck came and got my car because Dad had called the tow company to drive us down to a nearby Dollar General to have Mark come pick us up. And so this was actually the first time before I got arrested that I was riding in the back of a cop car, and Marshall had done the same in another cop car. And it was actually it was actually pretty funny little experience. And then Mark came and picked us up from the Dollar General, and we went home. Then Dad asked me to call the body shop to ask if they could come fix it, and they did. So the tow truck was sent to the body shop. And Marshall and I, in an effort to get our nerves down, we decided to smoke a keef bowl in the backyard, and we did so. And then we just kind of relaxed for the rest of the day because we had certainly been through a lot. So yeah, that was so after I didn't have a car for like the next week, and then I was able to get it back. And yeah, that's the story of the time I got caught, or I got in a wreck with weed that was almost in my car. It wasn't technically in my car, but you know how I like to exaggerate. So yeah, this has been Average THC Guy, and I'll see you in the next one.